Hello and welcome back. We are beginning the dining room makeover project that we have been dying to do since we bought this house. So today we start phase one, which is the wallpaper removal. Stay tuned. And here are some before shots so you can see what we're working with. So we've been dying to get this wallpaper out of here. That will be the first thing to go. We actually already have switched out the light fixture for this antique chandelier, which I think fits the time period of the home so much better than what was in here prior. And then we're really gonna play up this feature wall that a buffet fits into perfectly. It's got this beautiful original window on it, and in the next shot, you will see what we're planning to do with it. So you will be seeing wallpaper again. However, this is a peel and stick wallpaper, so easily removable if we change our minds at some point. But I'm loving the bold Art Deco design, and the program that I used to do this with was Sketchup. They do have a free web version. I will link it below for you. I will say there's a large learning curve. I feel like it is not user friendly, but if you have the patience to tinker around with it, it can really help to just give you an idea of what you're planning to do with your space. So Jameson went and spent the morning with his grandma to help give us a jump start on this project. So while I was taking him, Luke was getting the furniture moved out of here for us and pulling the outlet plates off of the walls and just really getting the space prepped so that we could get started when I got back. And we do plan to switch out the dining room chairs and table, just wanting to really stick with that traditional feel in here. And I typically like to thrift or piece things together. So I'm currently looking at Facebook Marketplace and piecing that together. And then, like I said, we're gonna go through here, take off all of the outlet plates and make sure that they're covered so that moisture does not get in them. And now we're laying out the plastic drop cloth to protect the floors and the baseboards. While we were taping this, we noticed that someone had caulked the wallpaper to over the baseboards, if that makes sense. So we knew there was a possibility that this was all going to get pulled off as soon as we took that layer of wallpaper off. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happened, but you live and you learn, and we just had to do the best that we could to try to wipe up the moisture as we were working. So this first layer is actually a vinyl wallpaper, and we initially attempted to score it and spray it, and it actually didn't need it at all. This had us thinking that this was going to be an easier project. However, there are layers and layers and layers of wallpaper underneath this, and nothing else came off this easily. So little did we know this would be the easiest part of the process. And you'll see us try several different methods. We had the spray bottle with fabric softener and hot water. We also did a bucket of hot water with the paintbrush, and we also did a rag. There were multiple different ways, but what you will find out, like we did towards the end of the video, is that we had been doing this all wrong the entire time, and there was a much easier way. But again, that's why we're sharing, so that if you're attempting a project like this, you will know from the get-go what to do and what not to do. And at this point, guys, we were hours into this. Earlier on, Luke had dropped his scraper on the floor, and when he put the blade back in, apparently it was a double-sided blade, which we didn't realize, but he put his in on the sharper side, and after me struggling to get any amount of work done, he realized that my blade was on the duller side, and once he flipped that around, it did go a lot quicker for me. And we found with this layer of yellow wallpaper, it had either been painted over or I'm not sure exactly what type of wallpaper it was, but getting it wet actually just made it slick and made it a lot more difficult. So we realized we just had to kind of chip this part back and then really focus on the moisture on the underneath layers. So tonight we are eating pizza, and because we can't use the dining room, we have to do it in this mess in here. But that's okay. Reno life. What do you think? No big deal, huh?
No biggie.
Cool.
Hey, look at that. Perfect size pizza for you.
Can you say pizza?
Say pizza?
Okay, this is the beginning of day 2. So we worked quite a bit yesterday. We didn't film a ton of it. We were just really focused on getting this done. And then last night we got back to it after putting Jameson down. So this is like worst case scenario wallpaper. It does not come off in sheets. It comes off in little tiny pieces. We do have the wallpaper scorer, the paper tiger. We're using fabric softener and hot water mix. We've tried spray bottle, we've tried sponges. We definitely like to go more chemical free on it, so we're doing our best to get this done that way. So yeah, this is definitely taking some time. We've got multiple layers going on here, so as you can see, we actually already took off a layer which was, I believe, like a vinyl, and it came off really, really easily. We originally thought this was the backing of that because it has a similar texture to it, but that could just be the adhesive over it. I'm not exactly sure. This could also be painted over wallpaper. We're not sure, but there's another layer underneath it, and then of course the backing on that. So we've got a lot of layers that we're peeling back here, and unfortunately they're just not coming off easily. This is a much tougher layer. So tougher is in the way that it's like chippy, whereas this is just paper. So when you get this wet, it comes off pretty easily, but you know, it's a process. So we are definitely gonna be working on this for a while. But we're just working hard to try to get it done. And then the plaster seems to be in decent condition. You can see like on this wall, this was really like the first wall we did, these two, and we really tried not to damage, but I mean, some damage definitely happened. We are planning to do a skim coat anyway. We need to repair some corners, which we knew that was gonna be a possibility because in some of the closets and things we've seen that. So we were expecting that. So far that's really the only one that's even that bad. For whatever reason, this wall was just like so much easier than the rest of them, so we're hoping that maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some other areas that'll be easy, but we'll see. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Luke and I are switching off today. I am getting started. He's hanging with Jameson, and then he will start, or then during Jameson's nap, we'll do it together, and then this afternoon I'll hang out with Jameson and he'll work. So we are working overtime to try to get this all done. But yeah, that's Reno life, man. And when using the scoring tool that I'm using here, you don't want to use it over just the bare plaster because you don't want to cause texture in your plaster. So This is going really fast so you can't see, but I was only focusing that on the actual wallpaper. This is how we ended day 2. We made a lot of progress, but we still have a ton of work to do. All right, guys, it's the beginning of day 3 working on the wallpaper. It's Monday, so Luke is back to work. I have basically during the week nap times, which is usually a couple of hours, and then we're gonna be working evenings. So I was thinking I have to figure out a way to speed this up, or we're gonna be doing it for weeks. So went on to Home Depot, ordered this for a curbside pickup today. This is a wallpaper steamer, never used one. I'm hoping that this makes the process so much easier. Had great reviews. So I've heard it takes like 15 minutes to heat it up, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and fingers crossed this speeds this up. And you guys, I will never do a wallpaper removal project again without a steamer. This thing cut the time down significantly, and I am telling you, it is worth the $50. I would have paid more for it had I known how much it was gonna help. And a couple of things to note about this particular steamer. It takes about 15 minutes to heat up before you can begin to use it. So I kind of just made time before each day of working on it to get that started up first. The other thing was I found that because it doesn't have an on and off switch, it kind of felt like I had to steam and scrape at the same time. But you know, you can unplug it for a short period of time and it doesn't take quite as long to heat up again. So all in all, I would repurchase this a million times over. And this is where we left off on day 3. So we actually worked the night before until about 10 p.m. And then on day 4, before getting started, I went ahead and took a video so you could see how much we had gotten done after 3 days of work. So the next video you are going to see, the wallpaper will be down, we will be doing the skim coat, and I am just so excited to have my dining room back. If you're interested in seeing how this reno turns out, make sure you're subscribed, turn your bell notification on, and give this video a like if you enjoyed this. We will see you next time.